Hello there, MegaMogwai here, and I got another Legends of Runeterra video for you guys today. And today we're going to revisit the Crimson Archetype with your boy Vladimir and BRAUM as well, in what is a very different deck than the Vladimir deck that I showcased a while back. It's actually my second most popular Runeterra video. It got a lot of traction because a lot of people really want to see Vladimir in this game, as he is one of the most underappreciated champions out there. And I'm not going to say that, you know, he's super underrated, because the reality is Vladimir is not really up to par with other, you know, more well-rounded and overall viable champions in the game, right? But I do think Vladimir is slightly underused, and there's quite some good potential towards him, not only in this Crimson archetype that I'm going to share right now, but also in a deck that I'll showcase soon as well, which is a Noxus Piltover aggro variant with Vladimir as a potential finisher, as his ability enables you to push damage to the opponent's Nexus and gives you very nice reach that can work well with other more aggressive cards like the Used Cask Salesman. But that'll be another video. Today we're going to focus on this Crimson archetype that I wanted to revisit, because even though that Vladimir deck was my second most popular Runeterra video, it wasn't one of my best decks. In the initial testing of the deck, it actually performed really well, but sometimes in Runeterra you have a good early streak with the deck, but then you face more meta decks and you find out some really bad matchups, and that's what happened to me. I realized that deck had a very poor matchup against elusives, something that I did not really realize early on, and it became a big burden to the list and overall its viability as a deck to climb ranked with. I want to give you guys good decks to attempt to climb ladder with. I also, obviously, my channel is mainly about not going full meta and showcasing cards or decks to beat the meta or challenge the meta and, you know, give you guys original cool builds, but I also want them to be competitive, right? And this is a challenge, naturally, as it would just be very easy for me to just focus on the top tier meta decks and just post them out on this channel and, you know, just get decks that win games easily and go on with my life. But I enjoy playing card games this way. I enjoy building my own decks. I enjoy being creative, original, and trying to beat the established metagame with, you know, more unorthodox or appreciated or at least popular sorts of strategies. And this archetype is extremely fun to play, and one that I've been dwelling into for the entire weekend, really. Saturday and Sunday, I just focused mainly on this deck, and I tanked my rank trying to figure out how to play this to the best, or how to build the best version of this throughout the entire weekend. Like, I was top 100 and I dropped all the way to like the 400s, right? So I lost a lot of games. I got whooped a lot of times. I got wrecked by Hecarim. Like, I lost count, honestly. Hecarim is a mid-range murderer. And it was tough, man. But in my journey of just getting bitch slapped left and right, I got this list more and more fine-tuned until I found a really solid variant that works really well together and takes it to a lot of the top tier decks in the meta. And I actually got some really good win streak with this, even though we still do struggle with Shadow Owl's Hecarim. The problem with Shadow Owl's Hecarim is that we're a mid-range strategy, right? So we're not fast enough to get under them before Hecarim becomes relevant, and we're also not slow enough to be able to outvalue Hecarim once he hits the board. So if our opponent plays Hecarim on curve and then they revive him with a Rekindler and he keeps coming back and they play more and more, it can be difficult for us to keep up, because while we do reach a very respectable power level with cards such as BRAUM and our end game with Scar Mother Rhina, we can struggle with the immediate board impact that Hecarim has, and it can be one of our, you know, surprisingly worst matchups, because you would look at this deck and you would think, well, Control seems like it would be the worst matchup for you as a mid-range deck, but we actually have really good reach and ways to apply pressure and generate great value with the Crimson Curator to fill up our hand and not force us to overcommit to a board, play on board wipes. And like I said, we have the potential to apply pressure, get the Rhina really beefed up, and kill them before Karma becomes super relevant, or War Mother's Call, you know, etc., etc. So Crimson Curator is one of the reasons why I wanted to revisit this archetype. This 3 mana 3/3 used to be a 3 mana 3/2, and that 1 health buff goes a long way, as this is one of our main, if not our main, value engines in the deck, as whenever he survives damage, he creates a random Crimson unit in your hand. The Crimson units are these group of buddies right here. You know, they kind of remind me of the goth kids from South Park. They give me that vibe. And they are these 4 units specifically right here. The Aristocrat, the Disciple, the Curator, and the Awakener. We do not main deck the Awakener. We focus mainly on the Disciple and the Curator with a little bit of help with the Aristocrat as well. I don't really like running this as a 3-of though. Disciple is the best one out of all of them. A 2-mana 2/3 that can fit other decks besides the Crimson archetype because she's just really solid, has a very strong base stat line and a really good ability on top of that. So with Crimson Curator, we can fill our hand with these units that we will be generating randomly as we damage him, and we have a bunch of health buffs to capitalize on this. One of the key things that I realized as I tried to make this archetype work over time is that Stefan, which is a card that I used to play before, is not really as good as I thought it was initially, and BRAUM is overall way superior, and the reason that is the case is because of the regeneration keyword. I undervalued this initially. I looked at BRAUM and was like, okay, I have to buff this guy, otherwise he's not really doing anything. But as I played more and more, I actually realized how good of a champion BRAUM actually is. BRAUM is super legit, potentially very snowbally, which we all know as he levels up, but it fits this deck, and the main reason, like I said, is the regeneration. Regeneration in a self-harm archetype is an incredible keyword to have, which is why I went from Vladimir to Tarkaz, and then I enjoyed Tarkaz for a while, but then missed the regeneration from Vladimir, and the reach to be able to finish off the Nexus, as we got him, low through initial pressure. And yeah, went back to those two because of the regeneration keyword, which is really, really important as we're going to be damaging BRAUM quite a bit. We're going to capitalize on Take Card, which is a very powerful buff effect on this deck for obvious reasons. And then we have a bunch of health buffs such as Elixir of Iron, Transfusion, which can be used as a health buff as well to prevent our units from going down, and a 2-of Bloodsorn Pledge. And on top of this, we have Noxian Guillotine and Whirling Death as our sources of removal. Whirling Death is extremely good with this deck. One of the best removals in the game, really, and super good with this, especially when we have units like Brina on the board with her attack getting up really high. And because we use Whirling Death with her, if we use it on the unit in front of her and we eliminate it, normally that would lead to no damage, but because she has Overwhelm, we're able to potentially finish off our opponent with this sort of combo. Whirling Death is also very important for us to interact with decks running the likes of Judgment and other stuff like that. So very, very key card. And Noxian Guillotine is for those cards that Whirling Death cannot deal with, like the Karmas, the Scourgers from the Karma decks, that they don't choose to attack with them, right? If they are cards that my opponent is not putting onto combat, Noxian Guillotine, alongside the likes of 3 copies of Death Lotus and 3 copies of Avalanche, which can enable it, is a really reliable source of removal. And that's our interaction with this deck pretty much, alongside the AoE effects that I just mentioned. The rest of the deck is all about hitting our stuff and getting benefits off of it. It's mainly a BRAUM deck, really, as we aim to buff BRAUM and really get going and potentially resort to him as a win condition. As we apply pressure, we deal damage, and then we try to finish off what's left with either Vladimir, Vrina, or both combined. And that is the deck list right there. Very fun to play, but like I said, is not a tier 1 deck. I believe it is outclassed by Shadow Isles, Midrange as of right now, but we can expect the Hecarim nerf to happen soon. And even though it is not the best deck in the meta by any means, it's still a competitively viable deck, and it is a very, very fun alternative way to play Runeterra right now, because I know a lot of you are tired of seeing the same decks over and over again. This is a good alternative, and it's a viable deck, and it has quite the deep learning curve as well, as it's not easy to play at all, and it takes quite a bit getting used to, because there's a lot of interactions, and a lot of times they're not really intuitive, because a lot of times you're inclined towards playing to maximum value, but then you realize that you have to take alternate lines of play that maybe do not generate as much value, but in the long run increase your odds of winning the most. So this is hard to explain just like in a vacuum. It's very, scenario dependent what I'm talking about here, but it's been one of the decks that has been the hardest for me to play at 100% basically. Like I make a lot of mistakes playing this deck, I still do, but that also makes it very rewarding, and like I said, extremely fun. Very, very highly synergistic deck that is super satisfying, and I highly recommend you guys try it if you have the cards for it. And that's all I gotta say. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay that I got for you today. It's pretty varied in matchups and in results. And let me know what you guys think and all that stuff. And yeah, thank you guys for watching my videos daily. I really appreciate the support. And I will stop talking. Have a soul day. Thank you for watching. Leave a like, because it's free. Why the hell not? Subscribe too. That'll be cool. Jeez. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, here we go. Mid-range battles are fun to watch. Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna keep the Noxian Guillotine.
I found my family, my bloodkin.
Sure is dark, eh?
It's nothing personal.
Okay.
Oh, heck!
Oh, he must have a black spear. Or not. Or maybe he was fishing for it.
It's just blood, darling.
If I kept the avalanche, I would have been able to counter this play. I can do this now, though. Bitch!
But my friend.
No tentacles for you.
BRAUM is on the job.
You'll live, probably. It's not me. It's you.
It is easy, see? Angry horse just needs apple. Think hard. Think.
I'd never keep my guests waiting.
Help is on the way.
Will you be quiet?
This one's mine.
Oh, please. I like your style.
I like your face.
Does he have another combo here?
One suffers, another thrives.
Behold my glory. First we fight. Show me your best.
Tick-tock, the hour approaches.
If they mattered, I'd let them live.
Delicious.
Look what you did.
Fight another.
I assume you've come for me.
Will no one listen?
Where there is life, there is hope.
You gotta believe me!
Bottoms up.
We could be facing at the harrowing now.
The answer lies within.
We couldn't deal with the damn scourges, the lifesteal. We should have worked to keep the thing alive.
Sure, waste my time.
Manners maketh.
My path is clear.
An open heart teaches more than open eyes.
I've dressed for the occasion.
I don't think we can take this now. These avalanches. GG. We put up a good fight and we applied damage, man, but he had so much lifesteal. So much lifesteal that it was so difficult for us to navigate around. Like, we were able to play around the combo once, but the second time around, like, we didn't have a proper answer for it. And yeah, I mean, I can't add more than 2 knocks and guillotines to prevent that, though. Like, I can't, like, mess around with a deck that much. I mean, we have little, like, the problem with this deck is we have little interaction, right? Like, I'm running 2 knocks and guillotines, but if I run 3, I think I become, because I have 2 whirling deaths and 2 knocks. I have 4 sources of removal, right? If we add in more sources of removal, I'm gonna go with this and this. I'm gonna keep the disciple and keep the whirling death. If we run more, like, we kind of, like, we miss. Honestly, maybe we could go, like, just more controlling with this deck. But the idea is we're trying to win with BRAUM, right? Like, BRAUM is our main win condition here.
Watching you. And punch.
Now, is there an argument? Yeah, I think there's an argument for playing you here.
Let me show you what I can do.
Let's play the disciple.
My turn.
It's in for 2. Call that a turn. He floats the mana. We're gonna play BRAUM here. Look, it's your boy.
Is it the mustache? Who knows? Time for talk. Have you met my shield?
I don't know if it's worth it to deal with this.
Left for a snack?
That egg. Did it move? Ready, willing, and learn.
This avalanche is not great. I mean, it still is worth it.
Let's get a good look at you.
You are safe with BRAUM. Help is on the way.
Jesus Christ.
Is that all?
What will you have? A mug of your warmest milk, my friend.
Warm milk. Ugh. Sure. That means no hack room right now. Maybe BRAUM can bring this back for us. It's fine.
Sometimes icy heart just needs warm spot.
Just don't have Mark of the Owls, please.
Time to celebrate! Fresh meat. I've got meat bigger than you.
Arigato gozaimasu.
We'll take what we want. The rest will burn.
Playtime, boys!
Black Spear. Oh, that's even better. Okay, that sucks.
Strong take. Another fine scar. Call the weak in fire.
We burn, then kindle anew.
Well, about time this card proved to be dead.
One more.
Go on, gift me a scar. I cannot be broken! Another fine scar!
Shadow watch.
Why would you not ever play that first, though? Unit.
I'll try anyone.
No place for the kind anymore.
No mercy for cowards!
Hey! There we go! There we go. Oh, that guy did way too many open attacks though. That guy was so afraid of what I had to do that why would you like? How could you not drop Hecarim there to attack? What are you doing, dude? Seriously, facing Hecarim is it's really difficult. We're doing a full mulligan there. Cards we're looking for, BRAUM, Crimson, Curator. Scar Mother's nice to have in the hand, but a bit early for her. The take card is also good, but we need to draw, come on.
Leave your bags at the door.
I'm gonna play this guy just as a 2-3. You know, underwhelming, but I'm still, you know, playing a unit here just to get an attack off. Okay, that's pretty decent.
Ancient things trapped in the ice. Nothing a little steel can't soothe. A true friend.
That's the same. That's the same barkeeper, by the way. Like, see there, in there.
How about another round?
I'll allow for him to trade
It's a
here.
fight they want.
I'm gonna preserve Death Lotus for later. Like, it could be a good way to boost up Rhina for lethal here. All right, no ruination yet, so we're gonna go with Vladimir here.
I've dressed for the occasion.
Winter take you.
Sure. I can't play into Ruination now.
You gotta believe me.
I could play Curator, but that also plays into a Ruination pretty hard.
Time's made me wiser. No.
You gotta believe me. Stay back. Save the homestead. This'll take the chill off.
Again, not overcommitting here.
Stay out of my way.
I will not let your malevolence corrupt my land.
This denies the attack. Gotta go for this avalanche, I believe. Yeah. Because this avalanche levels up Vladimir.
My glory.
Weakens the Anivia as a potential blocker. It's fine.
Come back next time. How marvelous.
Ruination is still enabled.
Call the weak in fire.
I protect this place.
This is going to be good.
I cannot be broken!
Rest in
Living dead no matter.
I have the name. I need the reputation.
Such rich blood.
My blade grows restless.
Savage and strong. We'll take what we want. The rest will burn.
Oh, the butchery we'd commit together.
This is our time!
Nice.
No mercy for cowards.
I'm absolutely parched. Where can I find a full-bodied red?
I protect this place.
You'll need more than that.
Just need to squeeze in 2 damage here.
You don't stand a chance. Try me.
Gotcha! Gotcha, baby!
Another fine scar.
Another fine scar, motherfucker! There we go. Do you think the Heimer Draven deck is viable in this meta right now? I haven't tried it. I haven't played that deck in a while. So I can't, I'm not sure. I definitely think Avalanche should be a 2-of, right? I'm gonna keep the take heart. That's a good draw. That's a really good draw. Like compare take heart with standalone. Like this has a requirement, man, which you know you have to damage the unit first. Like you rarely play this right off the bat. We're gonna prioritize BRAUM now that we drew into him.
Let us get going. Hear that? Gotcha.
Oh, BRAUM can take it, buddy. BRAUM can take it.
It is easy, see?
So easy.
Let's show our friends the door. Show me your best. Think my shield is my good luck. Have fun.
I could have preserved the Lotus for later, honestly. In hindsight.
I'd never keep my guests waiting.
I have the name. I need the reputation.
Such rich blood.
He's a thick boy.
It's nothing personal.
Time for talk. Listen, me friends.
Yeah, I should have just like, but now because of that play, I got rid of an extra blocker here. It's a weird play, but in a way I clear that archer early on because otherwise if he doesn't attack it doesn't work. It's fine. Let's level up. Let's level up your boy, shall we?
Behold
Or
my glory.
you can do that for me.
It's just blood, darling.
I want to buff up BRAUM a little bit more. Somebody's in a hurry to level up Ezreal. Well, we're in a hurry too.
Don't blink or you miss me. Watch and learn. Can't stop me.
Come on in. Good times, good friends. What could be better? Sometimes icy heart just needs warm smile.
I'm gonna go for one elixir of here, so that I can open attack directly.
I like your style.
I like your face.
A chill in the air.
It's annoying.
I'm so good I surprised myself.
Maybe I should have just attacked directly.
Let's show our friends the door. Show me your best.
I'm out of their league.
I love a taste of the action.
No sweat. You're between me and glory. Obstacle, meet gauntlet.
Sometimes icy heart just needs warm smile.
Got him. Got him, baby. With that clutch Crimson Disciple. I was thinking, oh man, I shouldn't have done it, but or not.
Sometimes icy heart just needs warm smile.
If that's what you got, like based on removal, then we good. Nice. Like I said, I was concerned about by dropping the Crimson, enabling the Archer, and him not having other Frostbites to deal with my BRAUM, because I really wanted to kill Ezreal that turn. But at the same time, I saw my board state, and playing the Crimson really helped out lethal, especially with that transfusion in my hand. So I'm also weirded out by I'm confused by him choosing to block my Crimson. I think that was definitely a mistake. Regardless, we got him. Why run Babbling Burk? I run it as a one-off to fish for Vladimir, because if I get multiple copies of Vladimir, I get transfusions, which are pretty damn good anyways. There seems to be Dawn spiders, so these avalanches can put in the work. Do I play this Crimson Disciple? If I float my mana here, I have a total of 3/3 then there.
Let me show you what I can do.
Gotcha.
I love a taste of the action.
Is that a black spear? That's so fine. That's so damn fine. That's great.
Is it the mustache? Who knows? My shield is my soul. Have you met my shield? It is easy, see? Angry horse just needs apple.
I'd never keep my guests waiting.
This is a hard turn. I have to go Vladimir. I'm thinking about enabling an avalanche. I have to go Vladimir and enable the avalanche though. But in order to do that, I first need to. Okay, so I need to survive 2 damages. Please just nerf this guy already, Riot. Just nerf this thing already.
Help is on the way.
I have the name. I need the reputation.
We each died, then found hope. First we fight. We should be friends. Time to celebrate!
Now these aristocrats are awesome.
One candle for every sun.
Jesus Christ.
You'll live, probably. Will you be quiet?
But I'm rich! Fine, fine.
Alright, we're gonna go with this. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go!
It's just blood.
Oh, I set up for a black spear. I got a little bit too excited. I just set up for a black spear. Oh, fuck. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm in black spear range. Okay, we're fine. Never punished. Oh my god. All right.
My shield is back. This is fun.
Go, mighty Poros! You don't play Ruination in the Demacia variant, right? It's Dawn Spiders. It's Dawn Spiders. Come on, baby. Come on.
Do they need our help?
No, no, they don't. They play Hecker and Brum. You're too nice. No, fuck them. Fuck them forever. Oh boy. Oh my god. This would be okay if it wasn't for this fucking thing. Because on top of everything this thing does, overwhelm. They had to give him overwhelm.
Left for a snack?
Braum! Braum, we're gonna die, Braum. We're dead. We're dead.
Is underway.
We're dead.
Oh, please.
I know. I know, lady, I know. I don't know, man. You can only defeat so many Heckrams. You know, I can take one, I can take two. Like you saw there, I could take three, barely, but seven. I don't know, man. That feels a bit much.